Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your June 2023 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that came out is those three cards. So, I have the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. So when you look at that, this is really when we're at a point where it's like if we've been going through the routines, doing what we should be doing and all of that, but it's been a while since our life has grown, has given us fruits, something that's worth doing all these efforts, and so on. And at one point we're at it's like crossroad both here as I look at this, because the Two of Swords is like I have to make a decision. What am I doing? And the way I've been doing things, I've reached its limit. Something's got to happen. Something new. I need something. And I have to make a decision here. The second card is those three cards, and here we have the page. They came out in reverse, so the Page of Cup, the Hermit, and the Three of Pentacles. And right there, this is a bit like, yes, but what do I want to build, really? What do I really love? And like, even on a daily life, what does my inner light tell me? Scorpio, this is what you love, and this is what you would like your reality to be. This is what you wanna create and build in this life. It's in reverse, so that means I don't have access to it, to that information yet. I'm in that moment of I have to make a decision, but I don't have access to that thing that I love. But because I'm in the Two of Swords, because I'm in that reanalyzing what I've invested, what I've done, what I pulled out of it from now, was it worth it, and so on. What kind of will seep through is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups, yes, it's a card of grieving, but after a dilemma like that, often it's the kind of the grasp of consciousness on what has been spilled. Like, oh, I've always loved that, but I've never invested in it, and now it's gone. The realization of that was my dream. That's what I really loved. Now I remember it, but now it's out of reach. So we get this kind of, why did I let that go? Why is it not there anymore? And we kind of get there, but at the same time, this is so that a certain limit of what made you give up these things or grieve these things to begin with is ready to be released, to be gone. So how do we see this here? Under our Two of Swords, we have a Two of Wands. Two twos right at the beginning. So you're really entering the month, Scorpio, at a crossroad. And here I have the Nine of Swords in reverse. It's like if part of the decision is made in a sense of I am not going to let my anxiety guide my decision, but I'm still in front of a decision. Under our Hermit in reverse, where we're trying to search, what exactly do I want to invest myself in? And that is like a soul searching anyway. And as we soul search, that's why, old parts of us that used to be there or that used to be active will come up. And here we have another big card of healing, which is Temperance. And Temperance is brewing our old emotions. And in order to heal, it has to come to the surface. And that's why it's going to come to the surface. But you see, it's tied with this guy. It's linked to your ambition, to your realization here. It's also linked to the limits you used to impose yourself. Mental limits, prisons of yes, but, Let's say that, I remember that I used to love to write, or I used to love to entertain, or, anything that would have made you give up on it because it may be for rational reasons. But that's what was moving your heart, and that the voice that would have guided you and towards this wasn't strong enough, and reason or just the fear, old mental fears, made you take certain choices in how you invest yourself. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody's got to be an artist there or quit your job or whatever, but it's just to be able to realize what we gave up through life happens, gotta pay the bills, we gotta responsibilities and so on. And these parts, unless we really feel how much we've missed them and how much of a sacrifice they were, we're just gonna surf over them. So here there's this grasp of realization of the things that I loved that I don't have anymore. And that doesn't mean they're gone for good. It's just so that I can go and recuperate them, heal the parts of me, and release the prison that prevented me from investing in this part of me or myself in this way, in this world. So bottom of the deck, I have the Wheel of Fortune. So of course, all of this is in order to understand a certain aspect of us that was put on the side, or that was buried before its time, that we didn't allow to pursue. So let's clarify this for you, my beautiful Scorpios. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Scorpios for the month of June 2023. June 2023. Five of Cups is a disappointment, but it's like, I wanted this so much, and now, I can see the spilled water. But I gotta remember that there's 2 cups behind me, so that means that it's not, there's still happiness, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment that is possible for me out there. And if there's somewhere that was, yes, but I can't because I'm old, because economy, because this and that, this was your prison, mental prison. And so that's why the more you heal from within, the more you can hear your inner light guiding you through your next Wheel of Fortune here. So, okay. Ace of Sword. And we have the World. And who are you? The 9 of Cups in reverse. So it's like if it's maybe you entering into a little blues here, like there's things that I haven't grieved, that I haven't processed, that are hindering me in being able to be completely happy and loving what I do. Okay? And you get kind of the understanding of it. That's what puts you into that 2 of Swords, because it is calling for the end of a certain period in your life. And maybe the next period is going to be a period that it will not be diminished or, You won't be as enslaved to certain beliefs in the way you invest yourself in your life, the way you build your reality. Let's look at the Two of Wands. Yeah, we have the Eight of Pentacle, but in reverse, and the Knight of Sword in reverse. So that since we have the Ace of Sword and the Knight of Sword is in reverse, it's like, I feel it, I know it, but it's not quite there. I'm not holding it in my hand. That would tell me, yes, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to ground myself, invest myself, and so on. That is the path that I want to take. Now it's there, but I'm not sure. I'm going to put that like this. Nine of Sword in reverse. So, Two of Wands. But here is our Page of Sword in reverse. Because in a way, it's like if there's anxiety that is leaving because you're like, yeah, I know that this is not the end all. There's another path. Just because I know there's another path, it removes a bit of the anxiety. It's still there. It's not like, oh my God, I'm in hell, okay, and there's nothing else. I know there's something else. Where I used to believe that maybe there wasn't anything else. Now, there's the glimpse that, yeah, maybe there is. I don't know yet what it is, but I can feel it. So that is a bit where you are. So during the month, I think it's the continuation of, let's say, what brought you to do certain compromises in your life. These beliefs, these emotions, these wounds, can be wounds for some of you, old loss, hopes or emotional investments are going to come up to the surface so they can be readdressed, so that, because if they were being part of the frame of your prison, the only way you can release them, we have our Four of Cups in reverse, and here we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. The only way you can release them is to actually understand that there is another cup, and that what you've experienced is not all there is in this world. That's the first step. So in that sense, that Seven of Wands is a bit like releasing the resistance, where our energy is more like, I have no choice in order to survive. We're less in the survival, and this is really normal. If you had to, feed your family and pay the bills and do all that, I have no times or the luxury to actually go within and what would I love? What makes me happy? I don't know. I don't know what makes me happy. I haven't asked that question in such a long time that right now I don't even know what it is. So the first step is to actually allow myself to think that, yes, maybe there is something that would fulfill me, make me happy into what I do, filled with possibilities of happiness, grace, joy. But what is it? I've never really asked the question. So that means I have to go prior, sacrificing these parts of me. And to go prior them means passing through them. So here, Temperance, we're healing. We have the Empress and we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. We're healing our divine feminine, the one that is connected to our soul, that is connected to inspiration, that wants to birth new passions, new directions, new exciting fires, that's going to move our energy, that's going to make us really happy into, this is what I want to share with others. This is how I want to invest myself. Eight of Pentacles. And for that, I have to be able to emotionally feel it. But when you had to deny your emotions for so long, it's not like, okay, let's tap into it right now. There's the old pains that are going to pass first. But it's going to come to you. This is what makes me feel like a naked kid on a white horse. This is, the sun rules the house of self-expression and joy, children, and things like that. Reconnecting with that aspect of yours. Oh, okay. And so we have the 5 of Cups. We will have a bit of judgment, a bit of death, letting really die the old concept of what we wanted to build. And here I have the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, King of Swords. And so these are a bunch of 5s, okay? And the 5s, they're all a bit in the tarot. They're right there. They're a challenge, okay? It's a mental challenge when things are not balanced. When the mind is overactive, 5 of Swords, trying to win or to control. When the emotions are purely focused on the negative ones instead of the possible ones of happiness and joy and fulfillment, it is a downward focus. 5 of Wands, the energy is going all over the place. So it's all very challenging here, okay? And it's connected with the throat chakra, with our truth. What is my truth? Am I the sum of my sadnesses? And if I'm in the 5 of Swords with it, I'm going to use these sadnesses, the 3 swords in the hands of the guy, to even cut my own legs and prove myself right. So when it comes to actually investing into something that would make me happy, of course my energy will not be completely aligned behind it. I will always have this conflicted energy with it. But here, judgment, death, and the 3 of Pentacles, this is really bringing back up old things that need to die so that they stop limiting me. Kind of facing the end of death. Okay, this is done. I'm not going to cry about something that cannot be anymore, justifying what cannot become in the future. You see what I mean? Let's look at your devil. You wanted to come. Okay. Temperance in reverse. Let's look at the devil. We cannot heal as long as we believe the lie that this is all there is. Don't hope for anything else. Just try and survive. Of course we will not heal. 4 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands is a bit of a choice also. Because in order to get on the other side of that canapé, where there's celebration, pleasure, joy of life, we actually have to want to cross on the other side. And to cross on the other side means accepting that what was done is really done, and we leave it behind us. That means we need to be able to, for things to be balanced, to have a life that is fair and balanced. All the old sadnesses have to be left behind. Cannot drag our old emotional baggage into the next step, because if not, it's just going to repeat the same thing. We won't even be able to see the other opportunities because our vibration will be stuck in the past. So here, 8 of Swords. This is a bit, you're going to see the exit at the end of the month. And I think maybe next month you're going to be able to actually switch that around. Yeah, you might juggle a bit those two. You're on the fence this month. Let's call it like that. It's like you actually see what is behind. You'll have a glimpse of the other. You'll heal to be able to actually have the courage, the fire, the vision to cross on the other side. So this month, Scorpio, you're on the fence and you have the opportunity to heal deeply so that you can engage yourself into a path that will really fulfill you emotionally, and your joy and your self-expression, and bring the sun back in your life if it was lacking. If you I go and went and tapped and kind of discovered this old sadness there, time to release it. So on this, my beautiful Scorpios, I'm sending you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. If you want a private reading, the description is below. It's easy. There's a website and everything is on it. Thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And of course, on the new moons and full moons, I ask the divine to give you back. And on this, all my love and light. And I'll see you next month.